doing Kids Connection with you this week. We've been playing games and finding out what it means to live with responsibility.
Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. If you want to play any kind of game, first you need to know what rules to follow. That's how you make sure that you play fairly and responsibly.
The same thing is true about the way we choose to live every day. We've discovered some great rules for life throughout the Bible, which will help us play well and finish strong.
This is our last week of this theme, and I have one more game for us to play against each other, and you're going to be able to play at home.
That's awesome, but first, we have to do our theme song. So everyone up on your feet and get ready to dance.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me. I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me. I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. Yeah. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart.
I've had so much fun playing these games. Last week was extra fun. So what's our last game?
Our last game is Categories.
Ooh, you have everything we need for this?
I do. Would you like to explain the game while I get everything ready?
I'd love to. Okay, so somewhere, Tarzan has one envelope with all of the letters of the alphabet. And in another envelope, Tarzan has a whole bunch of categories. It could be birds, it could be cars or countries, cities, names, it could be anything. We will grab a piece of paper and
I got
we
this
will
big
have...
paper.
Oh, we've got some big paper, excellent. And we will have 60 seconds to write down as many things as we can think of that starts with that letter in that category. So for example, if I were to pull the letter C and the category was countries, I could say Canada, Cambodia, China, and a whole bunch of other countries that start with a C. All right, after our timer is done, we will compare our lists. If we have the same word on both lists, we cross it off. It does not count. The person with the most uncrossed words wins. And you can play at home with us too. So think of as many words as you can. All right, Tarzan, are you ready?
Kind of. I'm just gonna move my chair a little bit. I know they're not even, but I think it's easier because I'm taller and you're shorter.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Our topic is animals.
Animals.
And our letter is G. All right, do you have a 60-second timer?
Yes, I can get a timer.
All right.
The letter is G.
It's G.
Oh my goodness.
No thinking
I'm
while you
trying
do your
not
timer.
to. Sorry, 1 minute?
1 minute,
All right,
60 seconds.
here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Oh, time's up.
All right. How'd you do? What do you got?
Gecko,
I do not have gecko.
gator,
I do not have gator.
groundhog.
I do have groundhog.
Okay, cross it out. Goat,
I do not have goat.
grasshopper,
I do not have grasshopper.
gnat,
I do. You gave it to me in the last second.
worst,
I
giraffe.
have giraffe.
Okay, so,
I have
Yep.
gopher.
yep.
I have a gnu. It's GNU, and you actually say the G. I have a gibbon, which is like a monkey with really long arms, and I have a great white shark.
How many do you have?
Well, I couldn't check that one from that one. So I have 4.
I have 4 too.
Tie game. Awesome. So, how'd you do at home? I hope. Maybe you got some of them. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you got some different. I hope you did because that makes things more fun. We're gonna have our last Bible story to teach us about responsibility. But first we have to sing our next song. So stand up and get ready to dance.
I can't stop. I won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I'll never stop singing your praises. Singing your praises.
may be our last week of Rules for Life, but this definitely won't be our last Bible story. And a lot of the stories written in the New Testament were written by our old friend Paul.
Saul.
Paul.
Saul.
Well, yes, but at this point, and for most of the New Testament, he was Paul.
Well, I like Saul better.
Okay.
Because it sounds like Smalls.
It's okay if you forgot.
I didn't forget. I just like Saul better. And it's not like I'm wrong. Like, technically I'm right too.
Okay. Are we good to keep going?
If that's what you want to do.
Anyways, Paul, who used to be Saul, wanted to encourage the believers to follow Jesus and live the way Jesus had taught them to live. Paul spent years teaching in the town of Ephesus. The book of Ephesians is actually a letter he wrote to the people of Ephesus. It's important to know that Paul wrote this letter when he was in prison.
Well, that doesn't sound very Christ-like.
Well, if you think about it, Jesus went to prison too.
Ugh.
Is something wrong?
No.
As I was saying, Paul hadn't done anything wrong, but he had gotten in trouble because some people were angry that he kept telling people about God's love and Jesus' teachings. Paul wanted to remind the Ephesians that what God had done for them. He wanted them to understand that if they believed in God, it should change the way that they use their words. Here's what the Bible says in Ephesians. Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then what you say will help those who listen.
Evil talk? Build others? I might have been wrong earlier, but this doesn't make any sense.
I agree, and I'm glad you brought that up. So let's talk about it. Paul knew that this was an important topic for the believers in Ephesus, and it's super important for us too. You see, our words have a lot of power. They're probably even more powerful than we realize. For one thing, our words can build people up, make them feel better, make them feel like they can be the best them they can be. They're loving words, they're kind words, they're positive, they're encouraging.
I wish that's how people use their words with me.
However, words can tear us down.
Don't I know it?
This is when we try to hurt people and try to make them feel like they're less good than us. We want their feelings to be hurt more than anything.
Well, you're one to talk.
Pardon?
I've made 2 mistakes. They weren't even mistakes, and then you embarrassed me in front of everyone. That was like so mean. Like, I said Paul's with a P, old name, Saul, and when I made the sassy comment about people in prison not being Christ-like, it was a mistake. I like being part of the story.
I know.
And, wait, what?
I know. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings or made you feel like you were disrespected, Smalls. But I wasn't trying to be mean and I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was just trying to make sure that you were correct.
Okay, but I wasn't really wrong. I was mostly right.
Okay, but were you completely right?
Well, no, but...
And if we're trying to teach the kids something, we should give them all the right information, right?
Well, yes, but...
And it's great that I'm here and that the kids are watching and that this is a safe space to talk about these things. But you wouldn't want to be wrong in front of a bunch of people later that you don't know, would you?
Well, no, but actually, that would be way more embarrassing. Like, way more embarrassing.
Yeah.
Wow, I think I owe you an apology. You weren't trying to be mean. You were just trying to help me so I wouldn't embarrass myself later on.
Yep.
And you just wanted to make sure the kids were learning too.
Exactly.
I think I just figured out our last rule for life.
Oh?
Use your words wisely. I did not like being wrong. And And I really don't like having to be corrected either. But you know what? You were really trying to help me, and I should have taken a couple breaths, deep breaths, and calmed down and see that you were really just trying to build me up. And I just tore you down instead. And even after all of that, you still built me up with an apology when you realized you may have accidentally tore me down. I wonder how I can use this in my own life.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 29.
There's an old saying you might have heard before.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, on the surface, that makes sense. I mean, you drop a heavy rock on my leg, I might end up with a big cast. But you yell at me, and I don't even get a scratch, right? Well, it's a little more complicated than that, as we're about to discover in a letter from the Apostle Paul to the church in Ephesus.
Let's see. What are the most important things they need to know?
Paul had spent years teaching the church in Ephesus, but now he was in prison. So he wanted to remind the Ephesians what God had done for them and how it should change the way they treated each other, especially when it came to their words.
Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then what you say will help those who listen.
Your words are strong and powerful. They can make an incredible impact on the people around you, whether that's for good or not. Let's imagine what it might look like if we could actually see our words.
You totally rocked it on the field today.
Aw, now those words were like a nice pat on the back. Words can be incredibly encouraging.
Hey, I know you've been feeling kind of sad. I'm always here if you need someone to listen.
That was comforting, just like a cozy blanket and warm cocoa. But we don't always use our wordy superpowers for good.
Wow, did you even look in the mirror this morning? Ouch. Oh, that burned. Things are getting messy here.
And if you get really angry, well, that's when your words can be real zingers.
You are so mean. I wish you weren't my brother.
Ooh. Thoughtless words can shatter someone, break apart relationships. We all make mistakes with our words sometimes. We all end up hurting others with the things we say. But when that happens, sometimes we get a second chance to use our words wisely.
I'm really sorry. That was an awful thing to say. Can you forgive me?
Just like your words can hurt people and break relationships, words can also be the glue that puts them back together. Your words can actually bring healing. Think about it. Every single one of us has the power to make or break somebody else's day with just a few words. Whether you write it, speak it, type it, or shape it, your words are an incredible tool. You may not have the money to buy somebody an expensive gift, but the note you write or the encouraging thing you say in the hall may mean even more to them. So, think about your words. Each one. Weigh them carefully. Picture actually what they might look like when they come out of your mouth. A knife that cuts deep or an encouraging pat on the back. Remember, Paul believed our words are so important to God that he wrote about it from prison. Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then, what you say will help those who listen.
We've been talking about a lot of great thinkers during our online worship services. So I've been making time to think. And I was thinking during that song about how I can use my words wisely.
All right. So, what are your words of wisdom?
We could use encouraging words with siblings and help them feel like they can take on any challenge. Or you could repair a relationship by saying you're sorry and apologizing. You could also unify your friend group or your group of friends by saying only good things about people when they're not around.
I think those are definitely some wise words. So you guys should take your words and use them wisely and go into your week and use those powerful words. Choose words that build up and repair instead of tear down. And I know it's not always easy, but we can do it with God's help.
And you know what? There's a lot of kids going back to school in this area, and that can be sometimes an exciting thing or a thing that can make us really nervous. And so it's an even more important time that we use wise words to make everyone feel safe.
I agree.
So that's it for today. We will see you next week when we will be diving into our new theme. And new theme means new theme song as well. Our new theme is, do you want to do a drum roll? It's called Superfan.
Ooh.
All right.
Sports theme?
All about sports.
Ooh, I
Very
do like
exciting,
sports.
especially with the Super Bowl coming up and everything. Anyways, that's it for today, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.